So one of the things that happened right after the stabbing, uh, and it's a normal thing. I'm not blaming anybody for it, but the guys, most of the guys who were training with me at the time, they all took off and left. So it's not it wasn't anything personal. I didn't take it personal because a lot of these guys seen some stuff growing up. They've seen guys who had to go to court for certain things, and we were all like in our early 30s and professionals, and they didn't want to go through that at that time. Like as professionals, they just wanted to live their lives the regular way. So it's understandable that a lot of them took off. Not all of them did. Some of them stayed. One of them stayed around no matter what. He's a full instructor now with us, Randy McCoy. So he's still with us. Man, he's been with us 20 years. And some guys it doesn't affect them. Like they're like, nah, I'm still good. I'm gonna still run with you guys. You got to remember at this time we just started with PSYOC, and they were gonna help us bring the system into the world. So, and then this happened. It was not a year later that this started. This happened, and they could have turned their back on us also because they were they're connected to a group of people that are involved in this thing. So. But they didn't. Pamana Tuan didn't even. It was the same as when we were kids. If there was a problem, he stayed around, and we kind of understood that. Like you don't know who the real people are until there's real trouble, and who stays around. And he didn't even blink. He didn't even blink. Like I remember the internet started blaming PSYOC for this at first, and he didn't even try to make that right on the internet. He just said, "We'll just take the heat until you guys get your lawyers and get all your legal stuff ready, because eventually they'll find out it was us, and then it'll transfer from them to us." So
right, they started blaming them before the names came out, right?
Right.
It was just a night thing.
Right. They started blaming. They just knew that because we were already connected to them on the internet with certain pictures and stuff, and all the FMA guys that attacked us on the internet, they just made the connection and they started blaming them right away. And man, he took that. And I remember this is the first interaction of going from like your brothers, to tribe. Like it doesn't matter what happens, we're gonna run with you.
It's just another problem to solve.
Just another problem to solve. Like just as long as everybody's together and doing the same, working on the same problem. So that was a good introduction to what SIDE was at that time. Like 2003 that this was going on, and they hooked us up with a bunch of stuff, a lot of resources, and then we just went on with it. So you don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot. I mean, you see it all the time where people they get into trouble and people turn their backs on them. Now granted, this was some serious trouble. If anyone turned their backs, they should have. They didn't want to know a lot of be involved with some type of thing like this. You're a vice president of a company, or you're making $100,000 a year, take care of family, got a mortgage. Nobody wants us. No, we're not kids.
It's like affect your life kind of trouble.
Affect your life kind of trouble. But Pamana Tuan, as usual, man, he stuck it out, and he had some of his guys help us. He got his people involved with it to help us out. So very interesting role model, and I still do the same today for our guys who get into anything, because everybody gets into trouble. It doesn't matter what it is, especially when you're with a group of guys who are skilled as the guys in Atienza Kali. Eventually stuff will happen, and eventually people will need help. And these are not troublemakers. These are the guys who just got into trouble. Like they just missed something and they fell into it, and we help them out as much as we can just because of that influence.
What's interesting is for what we saw, that whole idea of people saying, hey, no matter what comes, we'll stand by you. We're going to stand by. Everyone stands by each other. That kind of a situation, you can see what it really means. People who really are going to do it, or people who are just saying the words, because it's something people say. It's a sentiment that people throw around a lot, but when you actually meet people who are following through with those words, like they say the thing, they say that, and they follow through with it. It's like Carl was saying, it's really something to witness. We're very, very thankful to have people like that.
And some people, they're not like that normally. You have to train them to be that way. Some people, they're just, put up or shut up, that kind of thing. And I'm not saying all the time that's right. Like, depends on what you're trying to put up for, what are you trying to back up. But Pamanatua knew that, this trouble we're in, it wasn't something that we weren't looking for. We're not running around doing these kind of things. It's just something that fell into our laps. So it gave us a chance, because remember, he was bringing us in to bring us out, and to let it, like, through his reputation, these guys I am sponsoring to become their own system. And he could have just stopped right there, because he's connected to a crew of guys that got into a bunch of trouble, and didn't even blink. Which, like I said, he was doing the same for us when we were young. I had gang troubles, like people trying to, want to kill me and trying to kill us, and he just goes through, all right, who's trying to get it? What's going on? What are we gonna do? Like nothing, like no fear, no nothing, just take care of the problem, like real fighting stuff, and it's crazy because we are introducing ourselves through the world, through the sparring game. Meanwhile, on the back end, there's some real life and death, life-changing stuff going on. And no matter what we do, no matter how much we want to become martial artists, you can't. There's always some combat stuff going on, some formulaic combat stuff going on in life, and these are the masters at that.
And that wasn't the last time he would help us with a life and death situation either. And it's, Manatuan would say, a martial artist is someone who can find a solution to any problem. At the heart of it, that's what they should be able to do. And time and again, he would show us, personally, himself doing it. He would show us what that meant.
Yeah, and we're using martial arts and warrior, that
Right.
kind of thing, combatant. I mean, however you guys, whatever term everybody uses, but trying to stay as harmonious with people as much as possible until you can't, until you got to go after them. And you realize if you learn how to do that, not everybody's the enemy anymore. Like, you become a more, harmonious person with everybody around you. And he was definitely that guy. And remember, we're not the only guys who have trouble. Your guys, like, he's doing this for everybody inside the SOC organization. There's people have trouble and he helps them. If they need this, they need money, he's helping them out. Like, as long as you're running with him and you're rolling with him, he'll help. That's just the way he was. Like, it was in his nature and his training. So very interesting thing. You don't see a lot of that, because at this time, our exposure to Filipino martial arts was a bunch of guys who were like, they leave a system, they break off, they start their own system, and they talk shit about their person that was there, and they are not respecting somebody's last words, and that's a typical like FMA thing. They're falling apart and they split, and these guys don't make 10 years together. They're split up, and someone's breaking off.
Rumors and
everything. Like, for whatever reasons, it could be anything. It could be legit reasons, like somebody stole money, tried to sleep with someone else's wife. All the standard craziness you see inside the human behavior thing, but you didn't see that inside. And you don't. We've been around almost 20 years. You don't see that here either. Like, strong units, very strong, cohesive units. No judgment. Everybody doesn't take any. There's nothing taken personal. If somebody's doing something, then you see what's going on. Hey, what's up? You need help. Now if it's malicious, and you don't really see maliciousness later in the ranks. If guys are with you 10 years, you don't see that. Something in the beginning that happens when people first join. So very easy to track, and very easy to spot with side track. Very easy to spot guys who are trying to, steal your shit or, take your stuff for their system. Like, very easy to spot that stuff. But when guys are in for a long time, and you got to remember, in 2002, we were not just meeting Pamanatuan, we already known him since the 70s. So he took that into account, that we would be receptive to this training. And we run Atienza Kali the same exact way.